Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 10.
A Moorhead boy with an extremely rare illness could soon lose access to a much-needed medication. Parker Burns suffers from the fatal disease Duchenne muscular dystrophy.
He's been on an experimental drug for the past couple of years, but the family has just received the devastating news that the FDA did not approve this treatment.
Tonight, Valley News Team's Palmer speaks with Parker and his mother about what this could mean for his future.
For him to be able to do this kind of stuff is just amazing. And the possibility that they could take this away is just absolutely heartbreaking.
Parker Burns is your typical 10-year-old boy, full of life and energy. And he's already thinking about the future. He wants to be a cop.
'Cause I want to protect people.
But Parker needs some protection too. He has a rare genetic disorder that could take his life away. And for the past couple years, he's been taking an experimental treatment.
It's completely safe. He mixes it with water. They're in little packets, and he mixes it with water and drinks it at breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and that's all it is.
That has worked wonders.
For him to be able to be as active and to live such a normal life is just a godsend.
That's home.
But the FDA says he can no longer have it, and the agency won't approve it, even though patients in Europe can use this drug. And as you can imagine, Parker's family is upset.
It is so incredibly infuriating that they're not listening to us. They're not listening to other muscular dystrophy families that this drug is helping.
DMD causes progressive weakness of the muscles. This disorder typically causes complete immobility by the teenage years and takes away the patient's life by their mid-20s. Since using Adelarin, Parker and his family have seen an astronomical difference.
We have seen no progression of the disease. He's still riding bike, he's running.
Have you felt almost better after starting to take that medicine that you just had?
Yeah.
You have?
The taste, Parker says, is non-existent, and the side effects, they say there is none.
There's been people that have said, well, there must be side effects to this drug that the FDA isn't approving it. No. There are no side effects to this drug.
We tried getting in touch with the FDA. The agency released a statement to Valley News Live saying, "We remain committed to addressing the urgent need for new treatment options." So what happens next? The company that develops Adelarin is set to appeal the FDA's decision. This company has confirmed that during the appeal process, Parker will still have access to the drug. In Moorhead, Melanie Palmer, Valley News Live.
In the meantime, Parker's mom and other family members plan to keep contacting the FDA and expressing their concerns. To read the full statement from the FDA, you can visit our website, valleynewslive.com.
The roads have been slick tonight because of evening snowfall. This is video caught on the Valley Skycam of traffic backed up due to a crash on I-94 during rush hour. Fargo police say officers have responded to 40 crashes since 3 this afternoon, and there may be more snow on the way. So, Hutch, what should we expect when we wake up tomorrow?
Well, the slippery road will likely continue into the overnight hours, as you can see from our Skycam shot earlier. And presently at the tri-level in the Fargo metro area, we do have wet streets out there, and temperatures as skies clear are expected to become quite chilly. Here's a look at the radar, and most of the flaky activity now moving into southeast North Dakota and northeast South Dakota. A quick half-inch of snow possible from these bands as they push their way through. It is already 0 in Hallock, 1 above in Langdon. And this area up here has significant snowpack on the ground. This is where the coldest temperatures overnight will occur. We'll have details in your hour-by-hour forecast, but it does look like quieter weather with regards to snowfall is expected over the next few days. We'll detail all of that here in just a few moments.
All right, thanks, Hutch.
It's a small world, and there is real relevance here. You know, we are not immune to it.
It doesn't matter what community you live in. There is a real threat of a mass shooting happening anywhere.
That's what a Homeland Security's advisor tells us following the tragic situation that happened at a Texas church over the weekend. Valley News Team's crime and safety reporter, Nicole Johnson, shows us what you need to know to protect yourself if something should happen.
Inside a small Texas church on a worship Sunday, 26 people were shot and killed. 20 others were hurt. Authorities believe the attack stemmed from some sort of domestic situation.
It's a real tragedy to see something like that happening.
The shooting saddened Pastor Dan, as he's called here at Peace Lutheran Church.
Sometimes you realize there's really no safe place.
They haven't talked much about what they would do in a similar situation.
We greet people when they come in, so we get to know folks who are coming in to the church. We don't normally worry about security.
It doesn't really matter what community you live in anymore. The potential for a shooter or a disgruntled member, congregation member, or somebody affiliated with them.
Don Ronsberg with Homeland Security helps businesses in the area create plans of how to deal with emergencies like a mass shooting.
There have been shootings in every type of business that we have in this country.
Most people have been through a fire drill and have an idea of what they would do. Ronsberg says we should be doing the same for mass shootings.
We're seeing these incidents happen more and more often, and the numbers keep going up, and it's not going to go away. It's not going to stop.
Ronsberg says being aware of your surroundings is key. Pastor Dan has a little advice too.
Pastors and chaplains have a message that is a message of hope and peace, which is far greater than the fears that seem to abound today in our world.
In Fargo, Nicole Johnson, Valley News Live.
Ronsberg says you have three choices in a mass shooting situation. You can run, hide, or fight. Running and hiding should come first, but if you can't do either, you need to fight rather than freeze.
Later on Valley News Live at 10, the Air Force admits it made a mistake in the case of Devin Kelly, the man who shot up a small Texas church.
But first, concerns over whether a former daycare employee was high on meth on the job.